So here we are.
Hi, how are you?
Hello. I'm good. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thanks for having me here, for your time. And
Thank
first
you
of
for the
all,
interview.
I have a doubt. How do you pronounce your last name? Help me.
It's easy. I mean, you just read exactly what you see. Melissourgos.
Melissourgos?
Yep.
Okay, I try.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, so first of all, you've been in the scene for a lot of years. So could you give me a hint on how you discovered thrash and how you've decided to be part of the scene?
Yeah, that's a nice question, and it goes a long way back. It's like let's say imagine little Nick in the age of 15, 16. I mean, I started listening to metal anyways earlier. I was around 13 years old or something, and I started with all the classics, Maiden stuff and some of these Blind Guardian stuff, Ice Dirt, and all these that you first listen more or less as a kid, as a teenager or whatever. And then at some point, I wanted to discover something heavier. I wanted to discover something which would be faster, more brutal, and all this stuff. And I was just like asking friends from the high school, just like, do you have something to suggest and all this stuff? And just a friend of mine who was older, he was more years into the metal scene. He just gave me the first Slayer record, Show No Mercy, and that was the start of the disease. It just hit me in the face, right straight on the face, and I had it in my CD player like something for 6 months non-stop, morning, evening, going to school, coming back home from school, and it was always in my ears. And then slowly I started discovering more stuff, and out of nowhere there was a whole new world in front of me. That's more or less how the whole thing, the addiction, started.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think metal is the best scene in the industry. I love it. And also you're known for your fast riffs, your speed riffs on your songs and all. Why do you like that? Why you're into that speed riffs? Because you have like your own style when I hear your songs.
Yeah, it took some years in order to manage to develop our own style. Because when you first start, it's always like it's more your influences than your own personal style. But through the years, you're just seeing stuff, you're just listening to stuff, and you just slowly start developing as much as you can nowadays. Starting developing your own style. I like all this fast riffing, and because it's like really precise, really aggressive, and it's like right to the point. But also, as years passed, we started like kind of experimenting, if you want to say so, with slower and darker stuff, and adding a bit more, like, not exactly melodies, but it's melodies anyways. So there's the other thing that in every album that we create, we try to evolve, we try to move forward, we try to add something extra, we try to make a step forward, we try to do all this stuff so as to, it's also fascinating for us to try to experiment around the music that we have already created. It's not easy every time, but
yeah, but I think it's all worth it.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and now tell me, how was growing up and building a band in Greece? Because there are some other great talents, such as Rotting Christ and Septic Flesh. And I think you're a referent when we talk about thrash metal.
It wasn't easy, to be honest, 100% honest. Because when we started playing thrash metal music, thrash metal was kind of like, was not, let's say that it wasn't as it was in the 90s. It was like the whole scene was a bit down, if you want to say so. Thrash metal was not that popular at that period, and this made the whole thing more difficult, if you want to say so. It was a process, and also also record companies didn't pay attention to the thrash metal bands back in 2000, 2003. So it took quite some time and quite some effort in order to manage to break through the whole thing, and just like slowly getting the attention of some in the beginning some small labels, and then moving on to major recording, major labels, and managing to get like a booking agency. And still, it was not exactly as easy as we thought it would be, but at least helped a bit more in order to reach around 2007, 2009, when this whole thrash revival came up to the exploded like that, and you would see like a bunch of thrash metal bands everywhere around the world. And for me, it's really, really important. It's really, it really makes me happy that we are still here and we're still trying to give our best and to move forward and to make the breakthrough anyways, and hopefully for a long period still to come.
Yeah. And I also remember when all this started, everyone had their eyes on the American and German thrash scene. And now, taking a look nowadays, what do you think is the actual landscape of thrash metal?
From my small experience, if you want to say so, there are really nice thrash metal bands in either American or German or from Spain or from Brazil or from wherever the world. I mean, like you just need to keep your eyes and your ears open, and I think you're gonna find some really cool stuff to listen to. And I'm not a person who likes to put flags in music. It's like you like it, just listen to it and support it in all the way that you can.
Exactly. Also, I've noticed some bands have changed their direction, like musically. Just like Revocation and Vector, they started as thrash and they changed it with the time, like the style. And I want to know what we could expect with Suicidal Angels DNA. And if are you willing to stay in the thrash subgenre, or you'd like to explore different sounds?
As I told you before, for us, every new record is a challenge, because as I told you before again, we want to make a step forward with every album. We want to somehow experiment. There is no exactly any wish or any plan to change our style, at least not in a dramatically way.
Okay.
As I said before, I would like to repeat myself. It's like we want to stay focused on what we do, and we want to create music based on our influences and based our own personal experience and on the way that we would like to, as listeners, to listen to thrash metal music. Because if there's something, if there is a song that doesn't make us headbanging in the rehearsal place, or when we play it, how is this gonna make you headbang? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Okay. So we also recently saw your great collaboration with Cacique on the track WNM United. And I want to know, how was the experience of participating in such a massive track?
First of all, we are really friends with Cacique because
Nice.
we shared the stage some years back when we toured together. We had some kind of touch here and there because we, especially with the people that we had a nice time while touring. We keep in touch here and there. Hey guys, how are you doing? You know, this stuff, you know how it goes. It's like a human touch, apart from the musician thing. And the guys, they just like they reached us out and they said that like, hey guys, we have this idea about this song. Would you like to be part of it? Or are you interested in doing it? I thought it was a really nice idea, so why not? It was a really nice, cool song. I mean, that guy.
Yeah, it is.
I was really glad to be part of it.
Yeah, and that's amazing. They are making a lot of sound on the scene because of that song, because it's basically new, and I love the video also. So cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then it was a really nice idea of them.
Yeah. And do you have any other collab coming up?
As far as I know, not yet. But who knows?
Would you like to?
Absolutely, if there is a time, because sometimes, you know, it's like maybe there's an offer for a collaboration, but sometimes the time doesn't fit. But if the time fits, yeah, absolutely, I'm totally open on that.
Okay.
I mean, it's not the first time that we make a collaboration with music, but it was the first time that I was part of something. In the past, we had some other people like participating in our songs. So just like guest vocals or a guest solo or stuff like that. So I mean, like we're open on ideas like those.
That's perfect. I think that also helps to grow up like this scene, like very much.
Yeah, it makes it a bit like a bit stronger.
Yeah, and more friendly one, because you meet each other with more bands and you have more ideas together. I don't know. I think it's a cool mix of doing it.
Yeah. Well, as I said before, it was a really nice idea from them.
Yeah,
really
and
cool.
Now talking about your latest album, Years of Aggression, it was released in 2019. Are you currently working on a new album?
Yeah, we're working on stuff.
Okay.
There's nothing like solid yet. We have quite a lot of ideas, and we have like the base. Let's say that we have the base of working on some stuff. Still, it's on the very early stage.
The alien stage?
No, we are still on the early stage. Like
early, sorry.
Yeah, we're just on the base, on the construction base.
Okay.
Yeah, but pretty much we're working on stuff.
Okay.
I mean, there's no date for release yet or something, but I said that in the past. Sometimes my hands feel itchy, so this means I have to start writing stuff.
That's amazing. And
yeah, I can't describe it in another way.
Yeah, but that's cool because you're very, very passionate in what you do. And do you already have the topics you'd like to talk about in this new record?
No. It's, as I told you, it's still too early about any topics or about song. Yeah, it's too. I mean, like there are just random ideas and just like sticking the pieces together one by one, here, there, in order to create a puzzle.
Okay, so maybe we can expect like this new album for the next year or so?
As I said before, I have no idea about a release date yet. I mean, we're still in this, not in the middle of this pandemic. We're still in this facing all this bullshit. I mean, people can't go to concerts yet, or if they go, they have to go with restrictions or being seated or being half the audience or 1/3 of the audience. Still, it is not clear the direction of this whole thing, where it goes. Seems like it's fading out, and hopefully we can all return back to touring and traveling and meeting our friends, making new friends and all this stuff. But still, I mean, like we're on hold because of this pandemic, and hopefully it's fading out. So I can't say anything about the possible release date. It's still a bit everything up in the air,
Okay.
And it will take some time to get back on track as it was before. 1, 2, 3, 4, as we knew it. It's gonna take some time.
Yeah, but I'm sure your fans will be so excited.
Hopefully.
Yeah, no, I'm sure they do. Trust me. So you're also a very passionate person, and you're the only original member of the band. And I want to know how has been the evolution of Suicidal Angels through the years.
Actually, as I told you before, I started the band when I was a teenager in school, and we started playing some covers and recording some really demo stuff. Now with not pretty much knowing what's going on, but as soon as I finished school, I met Orpheus, the drummer, in 2003, and we are together since then. We're almost 20 years together. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, like he's also like of the original lineup. So concerning all the rest, I mean, like we had lineup changes. Everybody does, anyways.
Yep.
It happens. It's most of the times it's unavoidable. Yeah, it's unavoidable.
Just like friendships and all.
Whatever human relationships. Sometimes you don't have common ground anymore to communicate.
Exactly.
So it's like it's better to part ways instead of being in a fight all the time.
I think the important thing is to think that sort of click with your bandmates, that it's gonna make it work perfectly with music.
Please say that again. There was a gap.
Oh, sorry. That I think the great thing of all of this is feeling a click with your bandmates so you can feel like the same symphony of making songs,
you
and also in
you need the connection.
Uh,
you need the connection.
Okay.
Somehow you need to
Really?
find not the connection, the internet connection. You need to find the connection with your bandmates.
Yep. I mean, in every stages of life, not just musically, but also you need to feel like some compatible stuff with your bandmates as a person.
I agree.
So
I agree. As I said before,
also...
it has to do this bond, this connection.
Yep, that's what you're gonna feel. But also, you'll be touring in Latin America. So what are you expecting for your upcoming tour in Mexico?
First of all, I would like to say that it's not our first time in Mexico. We've been there again, like back in 2013, but we had only one show in Mexico City. And then we had some other shows in Brazil. This time we have the chance to play some more shows in Mexico, which is like it's totally a challenge. Personally speaking, is a challenge. I would love to see more of Mexico. Generally speaking, I would like to see more towns, more cities, play more shows there. And also there is and the second part, as soon as we finish from Mexico, we'll go to Colombia. And that's our first visit there. Haven't been there before, so it's like it's a total new excitement. I'm really stoked and looking forward to that. It's gonna be great. And actually, it's the first tour after this whole pandemic thing. It's like the first, like,
finally,
kind of touring that we have the chance to be part of. And of course, the previous time we had some shows, random shows, like single shows here and there, but it wasn't like a tour. Right now, it's like the first actual tour that we're going to have after this pandemic. And let's see, it's gonna be fun, I guess.
And what do you think about your Latin American fans?
From what I have seen back in 2013, you guys are totally nuts.
Yeah. Very passionate with music.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's incredible. It's as I said before, I really look forward to this whole thing.
Yeah. And could you give us a spoiler of the set list you're planning to play on this upcoming tour?
A spoiler. I would say the following is like it's gonna be a bit based on the latest album that we released on Years of Aggression, and we will try also to add as many songs as possible to cover also the rest of the discography.
Okay.
So we're gonna try our best to keep everybody satisfied.
Perfect. And also, to finish this interview, do you have any message to your fans from Mexico and Latin America?
As I said before, we are really, really looking forward to this tour. It's like everybody would expect like to start touring in Europe or the States or whatever, but out of nowhere, Latin America appeared. It's like, yeah, let's go and do that. It's gonna be killer. It's gonna be amazing. And also there is another option that we bring up this time with us. It's like people can pre-order already the merch from the houseofgods.net. We have some nice killer designs over there. Then people have to go and check them out and keep the horns rising. See you there, Mexico, in March.
Perfect. So I'm from Guadalajara. I hope to see you there.
If you're coming,
you'll need to try tortas ahogadas. That's a traditional dish. Tortas ahogadas.
Ahogadas. It's like tortillas or something?
No, it's sort of a baguette, but in our way. And with a lot of sauce. It's not spicy if you don't wanna. And with
I love spicy
carnitas.
Stuff. Okay. All right. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. You as well. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.